Professor Chiu, get ready. We are going to a meeting in 10 minutes.
Okay.
Is this a bookmark?
Yes,
Very special bookmark. Can I look at it?
of course.
This bookmark uses a porcelain with shape is a pattern, a dragon.
Yes, this bookmark is made of blue and white porcelain glaze, made of alloy material, multi-layer, nickel painting, and baking varnish.
I often hear blue and white puzzling. What is this? I don't see blue and white patterns.
Blue and white porcelain is not necessarily a porcelain vase with blue and white patterns. Blue and white porcelain is also called white ground blue and white porcelain. It is made of cobalt oxide containing cobalt ore as a raw material, and it is decorated on a ceramic body. It is covered with a layer of transparent glaze and fired at a high temperature to show this blue pattern.
That's it. The white porcelain body is decorated with blue patterns, which is elegant and refreshing, simple and generous, and exudes classical beauty.
Yes, the emergence of blue and white porcelain has epoch-making significance in the history of ceramics. Patterns are the main decoration of blue and white porcelain, and the theme patterns are particularly eye-catching. Look, I also have a phoenix pattern here, and the combination of two pieces means auspiciousness.
I know that the appearance of dragon and phoenixes at the same time represents auspiciousness, a happy event, and also describes the loving and loyal love of husband and wife.
You are right. Time is up. Let's go to a meeting. Hello, everyone. Today, we are going to talk about export of Chinese porcelain in the Ming Dynasty.
The imperial ambassador Zheng He brought with him many exquisite Qinghua wares on his voyages west, which earned Chinese porcelain the highest of prestige overseas. By mid-Ming, or after the 15th century, as European navigation industries thrived, merchants from Portugal, Spain, and Holland sailed their enormous ships carrying full of flintstones, telescopes, horologies, aluminum wires, and other goods, traded along their routes before eventually disembarking in China. From China, they purchased large quantities of porcelain, silk, and tea to be resold in Europe. For these ships, the dam-resistant porcelain goods were the perfect merchandise to be shipped across the oceans. They were placed at the bottom of the ship's hull, with silk and tea on top. This kind of commercial activity was extremely lucrative and not only made the economy boom, but also induced cultural communication and friendly relations between the East and the West.
From the 10th century onwards, the porcelain trade between China and Asian and European countries progressed into a new phase. At that time, upper-class Europeans were indulged in the fad of collecting Chinese porcelainware, which contributed to the immense increase in export volume. For Jingdezheng, the Dutch introduced popular European container models and decorative motifs to China, so that the daily household porcelain made by Jingdezheng can suit European tastes even better. Therefore, porcelain decoration, aside from the traditional birds, flowers, animals, and people, started to include the European clan symbols, foreign writing, imagery of the mariner's compass, manuscripts, fountains, as well as Western landscape paintings. The models included large deep world bowls with pendants, mouths, kettles, bevel-rimmed dishes, and so on. The most popular of all vases at the time was called 角得力, which was a cubic vase essentially molded after wine flags in Europe, with patterns of tulips on its neck. Its decorative method was very similar to other Qinghua porcelain made for the Europeans. From 1602 to 1644, the Dutch East India Company sold over 420,000 pieces of porcelain to the islands of Indonesia. In 1613 alone, over 380,000 pieces were shipped out from Batavia to no less than a dozen destinations. The earliest surviving product order document discovered so far was an order placed by the Dutch East India Company in 1608 for Jingdezhen porcelain through Chinese resellers in the Malay Peninsula. The order from Korea labeled the specifications of the porcelain, including style, type of vessel, sizes, and so on. These items were all specifically tailored to suit the daily living habits of the Europeans, and were shipped to Europe right after they were made. From a report of porcelain purchasing made by the Dutch Inspector General in Taiwan to his Amsterdam company, we know that when he wanted to purchase porcelain wares such as large dishes, large bowls, cold beverage containers, large jars, large cups, small cups, mustard jars, wide-edged flat dish, and so on. He often provided Chinese merchants with wooden models and joints of all sorts or containers with inscriptions. These were used as references to help the Jingdezhen artisans made their porcelain to the interest of the Europeans. The export wares were also markets as specimens, which were all custom ordered and made, paid in advance. These export-only porcelains were not used by the Chinese at all. This is also one of the reasons that many ceramic masterpieces created by the Chinese are rarely seen in China.
Amidst the porcelain trade at the time, aside from foreign merchants, Chinese merchants from Nanjing and Guangdong were all a part of this competitive arena. According to the Dutch, after Dutch colonists seized Java, the ships of the Dutch East India Company would often come across Chinese merchant fleets, doctors there, who were trading beautiful porcelain and silk with the locals there. Japanese merchants were mostly deeply interested in tea, thus came to Jingdezhen to purchase ceramic teaware. There was once a merchant in Kyoto who specialized in Chinese high-disc crafts and really had a love for porcelain. He dealt large quantities of porcelain goods in his business. Through merchants in Nanjing, he requested craftsmen to make models of the best Japanese tea set from tripe and the best water jams from Inshu, which were then sent to Jingdezhen for making of the porcelain versions.
That's all for today. Thanks for watching it. See you next
next time.
time.